Alright, now that we're done with Freezeezy Peak, we can come out here back into the overworld and realize that one of our worst nemesises has indeed followed us out into the world. Fortunately, though, we have something we can combat him with out here. There is a flying pad that just appeared up here towards the top of this gigantic thing that I wasn't sure, I was never quite sure exactly what this is supposed to be, but yeah, it turns out that it's actually an advent calendar. So this is a more Christmassy themed level, even if it's not specifically stated. It was meant to be a Christmas level. It just never actually said it was a Christmas level. So if you hear some scratching in the background, that's my cat. She's trying to paw at the door to my recording room here and trying to get in, but I'm not going to let her in because I don't want her messing with any of my recording equipment. Let me see. I'm trying to remember exactly what you need to do here. I know that there's a jiggy that you can get. Oh yes, I remember. You can't actually get this jiggy here until a little bit later. We can't deal with that snowman until later because we haven't got those speedy shoes yet. We have to get those in a minute. But yeah, now that we've gotten this far, we can proceed to take this dude out and head up here into the mouth of this gigantic face thingy of Grunty. I was looking... What was the word I was looking for? Statue? Representation? Something like that. But anyway, we can come up here, head over here to the right along this narrow path. The path does follow the wall for quite a while until you get to this area here, and then it does not follow the wall anymore. So you can't just hug the wall all the way through and expect to get there. Go ahead and open up our next world. The desert world, the world that I thought was the next world, but was actually the other one first. Gobi's Valley. Gobi's Valley is, well, you'll see when we get there. It's a desert world. There's not much else to say. Desert worlds, I'm not a terrific fan of them in most games, mostly because they're seem very long and tedious. But you know, it can't all be easy, can it? So to get there, we just have to head back the way that we originally came to reach this area, back this way. The entrance is actually before Freezeezy Peak instead of after it, like most of the other levels are. We had access to this area very while ago actually, but we weren't able to open up the level until just now. So, and remember that door to reach the puzzle area was actually guarded, had a note thing over it that we were able to breach after finishing, what was the Bubble Gloop Swamp. So yeah, to get across that sand we're gonna have to use waders. We could just Wonder Wing through it, but I don't want to waste the gold feathers. I have a feeling I'm going to need them in the coming couple of levels, so we're gonna use the waders. Takes a little bit longer, but that's the way it was supposed to be done, so that's the way I'm gonna do it. You can see there's a pair of waders up here as well. I don't know if I ever made this really clear, but the waders actually... Yeah, Brentel's back there, whatever. The waders actually have varying amounts of time on them. They usually last just long enough for you to get from one place to another. They have very specific places in mind. Like, those waders will only last long enough to get across here, back to where we started from. And the other waders are just long enough for us to get here in the first place. And what is that fresco? Oh, it's a camel. No, that's Gobi. Yeah, we'll be meeting him in this level. He's in Banjo Kazooie as well, just like most of the more memorable side characters are. They brought a good chunk of them back for this game. Okay, and right as we start, not only does Bottle tells us we have a new move, which we already know what it is the speedy shoes that we weren't able to use in the last one. Ugh. So, just like the last couple of levels, we have a liquidy sort of ground area that we can't walk in because, you know, we'll die. So right back there was the yellow Jinjo along with the Wonder Wing feather, which is again always useful. I believe it's just eggs in the water here. Let me check and make sure. Yeah, it's just eggs. And then go ahead and talk to this guy. This is Trunker. He is a tree that needs... Oh, Kazooie, how rude. He needs water, even though he's literally right next to water. Apparently his roots aren't quite able to reach the oasis around him, so we're gonna have to find him a source of water. So let's go ahead and head up here. This is the main area of the level. This level actually isn't very big. the overworld of it anyway, but it does have a lot of smaller areas that you can go into that have a lot of collectibles for you. It's very much like Angry Aztec from Donkey Kong 64 in that way, is that it's got a larger hub area and then a bunch of smaller areas connected to it that allow you to access the bulk of the collectibles and things. There are, most of the little areas that you can go into actually have a lot of mini games and things like that in them, which are actually kind of annoying. So what we want to do first is we want to get up on top of these little cacti here, or big cacti here. I'm not sure why I called them little. And, well, you'll see when we get there. We also want to find bottles, obviously, because that move that we couldn't get is going to be extremely useful for us. There is no transformation in this level, so any collectibles that you see down in the sandy area, like those notes down there, you're going to have to get with the waiters, because there's no other way to get them. Unless you use the Wonder Wing, of course, because there's no, like, sandy area transformation that you can use to, you know, cross the sands. I have to say, I do like the music in this level. It's pretty Egyptian-y, but at the same time, still Banjo Kazooie-ish. So, yeah, this is Jinxie, the Sphinx, and he has his nose stopped up. So we're going to have to use our cure-all, that being eggs. Oh, gosh. I forgot how sensitive this control stick is now. Darn it. Come on, there we go. That should do it. If I remember correctly, the idea is to try to unstop both sides. So let me try jumping over here and doing it. No, maybe I got this side first and somehow. See what I mean with the eggs? The whole aiming mechanic with them is very awkward. It doesn't quite line where you think it should. There we go. So he sneezes, and then the door down by his chest area opens up. So we can go ahead and jump inside. Instead of just immediately giving us the jiggy, we have to actually go inside and grab it. So this is a fairly easy little puzzle area. I mean, you can always... Basically, the idea is to ride the magic carpets up to the top and grab a jiggy. You can die here, just like you can die pretty much anywhere. Woo! Some creepy hand enemies. You're going to be seeing these guys a lot throughout this level. They're not all that dangerous. I mean, they'll pop up out of nowhere, but all you have to do is wait for them to land and then slam on them, and they die. So they aren't really that big of a deal. They're not nearly as dangerous as the other hand enemies of similar color that you might be more familiar with, i.e. the Wall Masters from Ocarina of Time. So, yeah, these guys aren't nearly that annoying. So basically, this area is fairly easy. All you have to do is climb on these magic carpets. Whoops. I keep wanting to use the C buttons to move the camera while I'm crouched like that, but you actually can't because that's your moves. So what you got to do is you got to stand on these magic carpets. I'll stand right in the middle here. Whoop. There we go. And fire eggs into the mouths of these sphinx heads that are along the wall. And those will allow you to traverse the entire interior of the pyramid. It does take a bit of a long time to get from area to area, but you know, it's not dangerous unless you manage to somehow fall off the magic carpets. There we go. I think there's something. Is there? Yeah, the orange Jinjo is the opposite direction. But we're gonna go ahead and get the jiggy first. So, here, turn around. I guess this is where the R camera trick really comes in handy when you're crouched, so that you can actually see exactly where you're aiming. By pressing R while you're crouched, you can actually, you know, basically aim down sights. So we grab our first jiggy here, and then to get back, it's fairly easy. You just have to whoop, no. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we can just get down from there without actually taking any damage just by using the flutter jump, not the flip flap jump. Whoop. Okay. So R. No. Yeah, then we got it. All right. So go ahead and whoops. Okay, so the orange Jinjo is immediately behind this one. I thought it was a little bit higher up than it was, so. There we go. Going up. And going over. And we're going to want to collect more feathers because remember we did run out of feathers in Freeze Easy Peak. Well, we're going to have to do some flying in this level as well, so our relatively low feather count may come back to haunt us, but it probably won't is my guess. Why did Banjo stop there? That was weird. Okay. Moving on. So Jinxie's not that big of a deal. It's fairly easy to finish his Jiggy, but there are going to be more Jiggies in this level that aren't quite that easy. Do I want to go grab those notes now? I think I do. I'm going to go grab those notes now. Because, again, to get 100% in every level, you have to grab all of the notes. So you have to go up here, jump down here, grab these waiters, and head this way. There's an extra life over in the corner. I'm not going to bother with it simply because I don't plan on dying very much, so I don't really need to bother on collecting lives. There's a Mumbo token way over here in the corner. Again, you want to collect the Mumbo tokens even in levels that Mumbo's not in, so you have enough coins or tokens to be able to finish it, and go ahead and head this way again. Avoid the hand. You don't talk to the hand, you avoid the hand. This is the other enemy that we're going to be facing in this level. These scarab beetles. They're basically just the dragonflies from Bubblegloop Swamp with a slightly different hitbox. They're not that big of a deal. They die in one hit just like the dragonflies do. I think their AI might be a little bit more intelligent, but if it is, it's not that much. Sounds like my cat just knocked something over in the other room. She's very insistent on wanting to get in on this recording. But yeah, after she almost ruined the last one by knocking over something right next to my recording equipment and almost freezing the N64, I am not taking any chances, so I'm just going to keep on trucking. So you don't want to fall down there, because that's actually, I believe it's not quite instant death, but you're basically doomed to die, because if you fall, then you're trapped, because there's no way to get back up there at this moment. There's a Momo token there, but we're actually going to wait to collect that until a little bit later, because there's something else we want to do first. Oh, here it is. Okay, I was looking for this. Whoa, careful. Whoa. No, I fell. Oh, no. Okay, there is a way to get back up. Okay, I was hoping that there was. I didn't figure that they would have made this an instant death trap unless they made it like a bottomless pit. I was hoping that there was a way back up. I didn't think that there was because I've honestly never fallen there before, but I'm glad that there was. All right, so this is kind of like the puzzle inside of Jinxie where we just got to fire eggs into these guys' mouths. These guys meaning that, yes, spoilers, there are more than one. Basically, it causes a pyramid on the middle of this platform here to rise, and we're going to want to go all the way around and collect and do all of them. And I fell again. Honestly, this is the first time I've ever fallen in this pit, and I can chalk it up completely to the fact that this controller is super hypersensitive. So yeah, blame the controller. And land. Perfect. Okay, so we go ahead and jump over to this platform. Yeah. I guess you have to do more than one. I heard the ding and I'm like, well, you probably had to do more than one with the first one too, dork. Jeez, don't you remember what you just did? I don't know where my mind is right now. Okay, so can I make this jump? I believe I can, yes. That makes it much easier not to fall in because you're not constantly sliding down this slope. Okay, here we go. Oh, this platform is really small. I just realized that. I think the platform's been getting smaller each time, or is it just me? Or is that just another thing that I'm not noticing? Alright, so he goes back into the wall. The pyramid rises a little bit more, and we can now access it. So we're going to want to go ahead and do that. There we go. And move it on up. And inside. So this is King Sandybutt's tomb. And I believe that's probably him talking, actually. He's probably talking in third person. So basically what you have to do is you have to navigate the maze in a minute. And I believe that there's some collectibles and stuff that you can get as well. Eggs and things. The way out is right there. You also want to stop here and hit the witch switch, because that causes that coffin to open and a Jiggy to appear. And again, and obviously you want to be using Kazooie for this, since you can run so much faster as Kazooie than as Banjo, and she gives you better traction as well. You can avoid the mummy over there. That's the other main enemy of this level. Alright, and we just escaped. And you can actually, this is an easy way to make sure to get all the collectibles, is that once you escape, you can actually head back into the pyramid area and the timer restarts. I believe there's a Jinjo in here, but I'm not sure about that, so I'm gonna check on it and make sure. So that mummy, I don't know if we can kill him with just traditional attacks. I think we might have to Wonder Wing him if we want to kill him, but I'm not sure. I feel like there's something over in this corner. Wonder Wing Brothers. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Geez, that would be embarrassing if I were to lose after winning, wouldn't it? Okay, wait for the timer to go away. And jump right back into it. It's a very, very easy way to cheese the timer. They would fix little glitches like this in later games like Banjo Kazooie by making basically doors close behind you as you go, so that you can't go back into the maze after you've finished it. But it's still an amusing little glitch to be able to do, and it definitely helps with making sure that you got everything. I can't remember, I want to say that there's more than just the witch switch here, but I don't remember where it would be. It's probably up in that other corner that I haven't gotten to yet. So let me make sure. Okay. There we go, timer resets. Yeah, I think there is something up in this corner, but I don't remember what. Feathers there. Maybe there's not. Maybe I'm just wasting time. It's always a distinct possibility. Yep, Wonder Wing feathers. Okay, now I gotta get back. I think it is just the witch switch that you have to find. You have to basically dead end your quest to be able to find that. So. See, they give you plenty of time to be able to navigate the entire maze and get everything in it without actually running out of time. I think I saw something in that little alcove on the corner that I'm not sure exactly what that was, but it looked yellow, and I want to make sure to grab it if it is something important. That's it. It's actually. Okay, I thought it might be a honeycomb piece. That's what I was thinking was in here, but I guess I was wrong. My memory was tricking me. Unless there is one in here, in which case I'm going to be kicking myself later for not finding it, but whatever. So yeah, by completing the maze, we gain access to King Sandybutt's tomb, as well as these nice little pots here that are not really much of anything, I don't think. But yeah, this has a Jiggy in it. Ah, I hear a Jinjo. And there's some Wonder Wing feathers there. Okay, so I guess we can jump into the pots? I don't remember this being a thing. Ah, there's a pink Jinjo. Okay, so I guess there was something else in here. I thought that there was, but I couldn't remember exactly where it was or why. I don't know. Whatever. Whatever, we found it. And let me see what's... Oh, nice lens flare on the camera there. But, let me think, what else do we need to do? Well, we can go and do this thing with these dudes here. There's a flying pad up on Jinxie's back that we're going to want to use to be able to do that. You remember the flying ring puzzles in Donkey Kong 64, right? If not, go back and watch that LP Basically, flying ring puzzles are the bane of a Donkey Kong player's existence because these games don't do very well translating movement into 3D space. So, but to that goes back to this game. So to beat the witch, we have to summon all the rings of the ancients. Okay then. There's actually a lot of stuff to do in the air in this level. You can see that honeycomb-shaped thing over there. That's actually something that we're going to have to do in a little bit. But before there's something else that we need to do before we do anything else. And I can't remember exactly how to do it, but I'm going to figure out how to do it before I spoil what it is. So, don't worry. Some notes going up here. Yeah, why not? So it gives us 10 seconds to get in there, and then it gives us a 5-second cutscene to show us where the door was. So that's nice. So this is a puzzle. I don't think this mummy is respawning, so if you kill him, he just goes away. You aren't meant to kill him. He's meant to be an obstacle throughout this puzzle, but it's much easier to kill him, obviously, than do anything. So what you gotta do, it's a matching puzzle. You have 100 seconds to match all of the tiles. There's feathers, eggs, Mumbo, Banjo, Kazooie, honeycombs. I think, is Kazooie one of them? Kazooie might not be one of them. I don't remember exactly. But yeah, it's not that hard. It would be harder if you had the mummy in here beating on you, but honestly, there's no reason not to kill it. It's not like... Okay, so the feathers are here. The notes are here. It's not like the mummies are that difficult of an enemy to do, or to kill, thanks to Wonder Wing. So that's the thing, is that it seems like Wonder Wing was a late addition to the game because there are a lot of puzzles that become, like this one, that become easier if you use it. And that doesn't seem like it was a conscious choice on the part of the developers. It just seems like it was something that happened. So, okay, the other Jinjo should be right here. I don't think these tiles are randomized, so if you have them memorized from one playthrough, they'll be the same on the next playthrough. I only remember the Jinjos, though, so... Everything else is fairly easy, though. I mean, they give you plenty of time. 100 seconds is more than enough. So 3 jiggies, and we're on our way. Not bad. Not bad at all.